Hi, everybody. This is Maya Zahira with Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and we are doing a very special free class on Zoom, and then we're going to be posting it up onto the YouTube channel for people to watch the replay later. So I want to welcome everybody to this class. This is a very special class that is all about chakras and psychic protection. Now, there's about a bajillion classes out there and videos out there about chakras, but not very many that talk about chakras in terms of psychic protection. Now, I want to go over the agenda real quick with you guys so you know what to expect. We're planning on about 90 minutes to 2 hours. And sometimes with the free classes, I've let them go on and on and on because we're doing a lot of sharing. But I think today I'm gonna keep things rolling. I'm gonna keep things going so that we can end at right about 2 hours and really honor everybody's time, because you probably have other things that you need to go do. So everybody will get the opportunity to share and ask questions, but we also have a lot of people here today. And with it being a free class, an introductory class, I do feel like everybody will learn something, but also keep in mind that we can only go so deep and so wide in a 2-hour free class. So here's our agenda for today. We're going to do a little bit of introduction, which we're kind of doing right now. And then we're going to jump into setting sacred space, which is what we do at the beginning of every single one of my classes. And essentially it is setting the intention for our class. And it is helping to establish sacred and safe space for our journey together. And it's also a shamanic journey. It's also a guided meditation to help you to do some self-clearing right off the bat, right at the beginning of the class. And then after that, we're going to go into what I call a check-in, which is the opportunity for each of you to get on camera, unmute, and share a little bit. I'll have a question that I'm going to ask you, and you can answer that thoughtful question and let us know where you're joining from. So that is the big time when everyone will have the chance to share on camera. And then we're going to go through some teaching and discussion. So it'll be a combination of teaching and discussion. And you can use the chat menu for a lot of the discussion, and you'll also be able to unmute and speak your answers as well. So if you don't know where the chat is yet, see if you can look around and try to find that on your device, because that is an option that you can interact and say things to the group via the chat menu. So what else? We are going to go through, I'm going to teach you a really easy method for cleansing your chakras. But before we get into our setting sacred space, I want to be really clear about something. And I say this often in my paid academy. Almost every time we go into a new series, which we're getting ready to go into this series in my Spiritual Empowerment Academy, going into chakras and psychic protection. What I often say to them is that whatever topic we are working on, it's not just because it's cool or fun or like everybody's wanting to balance their chakras. Sure, that's great. It's part of daily maintenance. But the reason why I want to work on it with you guys is specifically to help you with psychic protection issues. So yeah, we are going to be touching on like some of the basic feel good chakra stuff in this class, but the underlying goal is to help you figure out if there's any negative interference going on with your chakras, and that could be like your own thoughts. It could be like some of your own thoughts that are interfering with your energy system. It could be an entity interfering with one of your chakras. It could be somebody sending you negative energy. It could be old karma from past lives. There's all these different issues that we're going to discuss today. So that is our purpose, is helping you not just learn about chakras, because that's so easy to learn, right? But to help you go beyond that and figure out what might be going on psychic protection wise in regard to your chakras. So without any further ado, let's get into our sacred space. We'll spend about 10-15 minutes doing this part. So get yourself comfortable wherever you are. Get yourself comfortable. If you're not driving, you can close your eyes. I wonder, there's a few of you, I wonder if you're driving or riding in a car. So stay safe, whatever you're doing. Okay, and I've got my wonderful drum here today. It's a frame drum. And this is the type of frame drum that you play with your hand. So let's dive in. I'd like for you to take 3 slow, deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Focusing on your breathing. Going deep. We're going to go deep very quickly. Another deep breath and blow out whatever doesn't serve you. Blowing out anything that's distracting you. Shut off any other screens. Shut off any other devices. We are now entering into sacred space. As we begin our class together, all about chakras and psychic protection, we create a safe, sacred bubble of protection around our space. We call in earth energy, grounding energy, to help each of us anchor, to help each of us center and feel grounded. Going deeper. We call in divine light, creator, light from the creator. As we call in that divine light, we call in divine grace, protection, wisdom, clarity, so that you can see and know what is important for today. So you can receive your own answers as we work together as a group. Calling in divine wisdom. Calling in divine wisdom. Calling in divine wisdom. Calling in your own strength, your own inner guidance, your own power, your own energy of your soul. Activating your power now, activating your power. Calling in your power, calling in your presence, so that you are fully present now. We set the intention for our class today. so that we can be guided to cover exactly what needs to be covered, what each person needs, so that you individually can receive downloads of whatever epiphanies, whatever knowledge is needed for you. Now we enter into a journey of a gentle and quick, light chakra cleanse. Not going too deep with it today, just doing an easy cleanse of your energy centers. And as we go through this, I'd like for you to notice if there are any areas where anything feels off, and just take notice of it. So now we begin with the root chakra, breathing all the way down to the energy center, the vortex of energy, red light, vortex of energy that is below where you're sitting, below your pubic bone, a vortex of energy that's spinning. And we set the intention that that chakra will spin clockwise, gently clockwise. Whether you can visualize it or not, we just simply set the intention, the mental intention that that chakra spin clockwise gently. We set the intention that that root chakra release anything that is no longer a match. Any energies, entities, interferences, any thoughts, beliefs, releasing now. Breathe into it and exhale. Feel that root chakra vibrate and activate power. Calling in your connection with your body, with your physical well-being, with your connection with the earth. Really feeling yourself anchoring down into your root chakra. And now take a nice, gentle, deep breath as we move up to the sacral chakra, visualizing the color orange. This chakra is located in your lower abdomen, the area of your lower abdomen, between your belly button and your pubic bone. Imagine a vortex of energy gently spinning clockwise, setting the intention for a gentle clockwise spin as any non-beneficial energy releases now. Breathing into that sacral chakra and calling in the energies connected with that chakra, calling in the energies of creativity and sensuality and pleasure and joy, zest for life, enjoying life. Breathing into that sacral chakra. And as we move through the chakras, just notice any area where anything feels a little bit off or feels like it needs attention, either not enough energy or too much energy. Just take note of that. And now taking a nice, gentle, deep breath, we move up the chakra system to the solar plexus, visualizing the color yellow as we connect with the upper abdomen, the chakra, the vortex of energy that's spinning clockwise, releasing anything that's not a match, releasing anything that doesn't serve you, breathing it out. Breathing into the solar plexus chakra in the upper abdomen, intending that that chakra spin clockwise. And this chakra is associated with your personal power, being in your power when it comes to spiritual matters and personal matters, being in your power. So now we breathe and we call in the vibrations of your personal power into your solar plexus. Breathe it in. Now take a gentle, deep breath. As we reset and move up to the heart chakra, focusing on your breath and visualizing emerald green light as you intend for that chakra to spin clockwise, and releasing, using your breath to release anything from your heart chakra that is no longer serving you. Release. Gentle, deep breath as we reset and move our focus up to the throat chakra, visualizing the color blue and intending for that chakra to spin clockwise, using your breath to release anything within your throat chakra that doesn't serve you, any beliefs, thoughts, imprints, entities, energies, trauma, anything at all, releasing it through your breath. Slow, gentle breath, deep, as we reset and move our focus up to the brow chakra, which is a vortex of energy that's located between your eyebrows, forehead area. This is the energy center that is indigo blue, dark blue, and it's connected with your intuition, your insight. We set the intention that this chakra gently spins clockwise, releasing any blockages to your brow chakra also called your third eye chakra, using your breath and releasing any non-beneficial energy. Slow, gentle breath as we reset and bring your focus up to your crown chakra. The color associated with this chakra is either violet or gold. So whatever color comes to you, violet, purple, or gold. Intending that this chakra gently spin clockwise. This chakra is connected. It's your connection with spirit. It's your connection with your life purpose, your soul purpose. It's your ability to receive messages from divine source. So now we use our breath to release anything that's been blocking your crown chakra, anything at all, using your breath. And now let's just do a little extra activation that's going to also help you to ground again. So we're going to go from the crown chakra all the way down. And so as we do this, you'll just bring your attention to each chakra and connecting each one to the next one. Focusing on the crown chakra above the top of your head. Focusing on your crown, just intending that that chakra gently activate, and then bringing your attention down the chakra system to the brow chakra, the third eye, connecting the crown chakra to the brow, and then bringing your attention down to the throat chakra, the area of communication. Connecting that throat chakra down to the heart chakra. Connecting the heart chakra down to the solar plexus. Connecting the solar plexus down to the sacral chakra. Connecting the sacral chakra down to the root chakra. And then sending energy from your root chakra like tendrils of a plant, like little plant roots, sending down into the earth and connecting you, grounding you with Mother Earth. Literally plugging your energy system into the earth, because you, after all, are in the middle of a human incarnation on this planet. And you will thrive much more if you are connected with the earth. So just take a nice cleansing breath and allow your energy to expand a little bit in your safe space that you're in. And now, within this safe space, I want you to just bring your mind to notice anything that came up for you in that meditation. It could be something really small. It could be something big. And sometimes things that people think are insignificant are actually quite significant. So don't downplay anything. If you're in a space where you have a pen and paper, I'd like for you to jot a couple of words down about what's coming to you, just so you can anchor that. Go ahead and open your eyes. Okay. Just give you a few moments to write some things down. If you are watching the replay, I would like to invite you to participate fully. And that means that whenever I ask a question and we're sharing within this live class, I truly invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. If this is posted on Facebook, share it in the comments on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, then share in the YouTube comments. Okay. So my question for you is, was there any chakra or chakras that you noticed that felt a little bit off, that you sensed that something might be going on, either just that the energy was just off, or maybe even something psychic protection related, like some presence that is hooked in there that shouldn't be there, that kind of thing. Anything small or big that you may have noticed. And so in our next segment, in just a moment, I'm going to turn off the record button. And our live class here is going to have a chance to unmute, and one at a time you'll have the chance to share. And my questions for you are, where are you joining from? And if your actual name isn't obvious on your Zoom image, tell us who you are. And then thirdly, what did you notice about your own energy system? What came up for you? Okay. Now, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and share your answers in the comments below the video. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the recording, and then we're gonna go into our check-in where everybody's gonna get a chance to share. Okay, so some of you are coming back from a quick break. We just spent the last almost hour with some really great sharing. We have a nice big group here live, and I'm going to just take a minute or two and recap just the generalities of some of the things that were shared. And anybody who's watching the replay, I want to encourage you to go ahead and share in the comments anything that you noticed regarding your chakras. So some of the general things that came up for people, some people noticed that there was something going on with one of their chakras that was connected with a past life. Some people mentioned having a sense that there was an entity or a presence hooked into one of their chakras. Some mentioned issues with ancestors connected somehow with their chakras, or ancestral issues with their chakras. We talked about the collective junk in the world, like just all the stuff going on in the world right now, getting glommed up in our chakras. Issues of addiction getting stuck in our chakras. Energies or cords from other people. Chakras being constricted or closed. Heart chakra, grief in the heart chakra. Scattered or fragmented energy in the chakras. Blocked or heavy energy. And we talked quite a bit in our sharing about people having too much psychic energy. So the brow chakra or the crown chakras or all the upper chakras being way too open, which causes way too much psychic activity in the energy field, and then ends up attracting lots of entity activity and psychic attack. So that's something that definitely needs to be addressed. And if you are someone watching the replay and you can relate to that, go ahead and share with us in the comments. What else? Issues with the root chakra due to a lot of recent change, feeling destabilized, thrown off your feet, tingling in the chakras, boundary issues showing up in the chakras, other people's symptoms. So not just other people's energies, but other people, like if they have an illness or a pain or something that they're feeling, or if they're drunk, then feeling that in your own energy system. When we choose consciously or unconsciously to close our chakras, so it wasn't done to us, but we ended up closing them too much in order to protect ourselves. That's also a common phenomenon. And the chakras getting clogged up when we've gone into a public place. So that's another issue. Pain in the body due to a chakra being off balance. And then also there were people who talked about having multiple layers of issues. And so I want to talk about this for a moment here. When you have maybe an issue with a couple of chakras, but then also issues with multiple past lives, psychic protection issues in past lives, ancestral issues regarding psychic protection. And there's this like multiple layers of stuff going on. I want to just say that there's not like one quickie meditation that's going to address if you have 5 different areas that are really having problems. But those of you who've been in my online programs will attest to this. There's a way to work through all of that. It just takes time. And so you have to address one of those areas at a time. And you can get through all of it. So those of you who talked about feeling really overwhelmed because you have multiple things going on, it can all be addressed, but we just have to be very persistent and working on multiple avenues, not just one at a time, but simultaneously. And I help people a lot with that. Okay. So we had some comments come through earlier, and I want to just read those. Okay. Some of you have said that you've turned your camera off now since we're recording. That's great. You do whatever you need to do. It's all good. And Angela is asking, sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. Angela is saying, I was super late. How do I listen to the replay or the beginning? So here's how to listen to the replay. After this is done, I am going to upload it onto YouTube, and then it will be on my YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is Psychic Protection Sanctuary YouTube channel. And also I will take that replay and I will post it in our private free Facebook group called Psychic Protection Sanctuary Facebook group. So if you're already in that group, you'll see me post this replay. But the sharing that we all did, that was not recorded, and because we wanted that to be more private. But you'll be able to listen to the beginning, the sacred space, the guided meditation, and this end part, this last 20 minutes, that's going to be very potent. So I do want to just take 1 minute, since I know time is of the essence, and we have some more things that we're going to cover. I want to take a minute right now and just share some information about how you can get further assistance if you're having any chakra issues. And then hang on, because then I'm going to take you through an exercise for clearing your chakras. And it's a very quick and easy one that you're going to love. So if you have any issues going on with your chakras or your energy system and you need guidance and you haven't been able to figure it out yourself, then I can help you with that. And what you'll want to look at is the online Spiritual Empowerment Academy. And if any of you who have been in the academy or who are current students, if you want to share anything in the chat, I'll read your comments if you want to share anything with us about your experience in the academy with clearing out, even with learning how to clear out even really serious, complicated, multi-layered issues. That's what we do in the academy. So it's an awesome place, really great energy. And I will just close this part by saying where you can find information on it, and then we'll move on. So you can find info about the Academy at my website, which is psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. In the menu at the top under events, you'll find the Spiritual Empowerment Academy. And it totally details everything. I won't take up our time telling you what's in the academy. You can go there and check it out. And you can always let me know if you have any questions. Also, I want to remind all of you who are here live that stay till the very end, and I'll give you information on how to get a much deeper guided meditation than we did in this class today. This class, we just did a very surface level guided meditation, but I'm going to give you a free meditation that we actually did last month in the academy. Every month we have a whole hour-long guided meditation journey that we do together that you have access to. And I'm just going to give you as a gift, since you were here free, I'm going to give you the last month's recording for free. So I'll give you information on that at the very end. Okay, so get your fingers ready. And those of you who are here live, and then those of you who are watching the replay, everyone is participating in this part. We're going to brainstorm right now. Okay, so this question: what is your favorite method for clearing or balancing your chakras? What's your favorite method for clearing or balancing your chakras? Go ahead and share in the chat right now. Okay, so I'm going to start reading comments here. And then I have another question after this, but we're going to start with that one. And Stephanie's asking answering my earlier question. Stephanie says, I've been in the academy for over 5 years. Yeah, she's my person who has been with me the longest. And I've learned so much. Clearing psychic attacks I've had since childhood, clearing ancestry, and so much more. And Stephanie, you have, like, think of how far you've come in the last 5 years. Think of like everything that you went through, and where you are now is freaking amazing. I just love you. Okay, answering the question, what do you like to do to clear and balance your chakras? Jacqueline says shower. I need to put my granny glasses on because I can't read. Carrie says Qigong. April says prayer, meditation, and Reiki. Comments are coming through so quickly. Lazarus says making them spin clockwise and clearing them with my hand when I remember to actually do that. That's amazing. That's great. Adrian says, I've used visualization and I've smudged my chakras before. April says, sage spray, lots of sage. Melissa, I like to do it with Reiki and crystals. Severine says, using water in the shower and visualize cleansing, or doing a meditation and visualize clearing with divine light. Rose says, visualization. Certain letters I can't see. Mara says, I bring in light down through my crown chakra to let it wash down through all of the chakras and down into the earth. And Lazarus says, I guess I should make the chakra clearing thing a daily habit. Yes, you should. That's a good habit to have. Daniel says smudging and grounding visualization. Stephanie says jump in the ocean, salt water. Oh my God, yes. So salt water is a great cleanser. Somebody said recently that salt water attracts negative energies. No, it repels. Or I think they said it absorbs negative energies. No, it repels negative energy. So you jump in the ocean, you could swim in the ocean every single day and your energy will be so squeaky clean. It's amazing. You can do the same with salt bath, and that's going to cleanse your entire aura and your chakras, and it's going to help you detox too. Victoria says chakra balancing, energy clearing recording that you just started. Yeah, and actually in the Spiritual Empowerment Academy, there's an entire freaking library of really potent, powerful energy clearing sessions, like a whole library of them, way deeper than what we did today. So, and Victoria has access to that because she's in the program. So, yay. Daniel Hewitt says visualization. Victoria says she uses the pendulum to balance her chakras. That is one of the many methods that we're going to be working through in the academy. Lazarus says, I mean, do I have to be deliberate about it, or should I make it an automatic thing? Even just doing a quickie clearing of your chakras every day. If you have had a problem with your chakras going out of balance, and I would say for you that has been a problem, I would spend at least, like, even if you do it real quick, 2 minutes every day, balance each of your chakras. So doing it intentionally, but doing it automatically every day. Yeah. Wolf says, I like to go on hikes, and when I'm out in nature, I practice meditation that will allow me to become grounded, basically sitting in a lotus position and letting divine light cleanse me. Yes. And there's a tree that I sit in front of every morning for at least 30 minutes in meditation, and I let it cleanse my chakras. It's pretty awesome. It's just this wonderful side effect of sitting out there. Jessica says, crying and screaming, letting it all out, and then meditating and visualizing. Yes, so emotional release. That's a great way to release stuck emotions, because emotions can get stuck in the chakras. Adrian, yes, salt water is great for that. Angela says, can you use homemade salt water? Yes. And I also have recipes and methods that I teach for how to make different kinds of blessed water, salt water for cleansing in the academy. But just, yeah, you can just put salt in water. It doesn't have to be super complicated, and cleanse yourself with that in a bath, in a spray bottle. And Adrian says, I put bowls of salt in rooms that need cleansing before. Absolutely. And I have a basket of Himalayan salt chunks just right over here as well. So you can use the chunks, you can use regular salt, you can use salt that you would eat, you can use any kind of salt. Lazarus says, I strongly feel an urge to put a bowl of salt water in my bedroom now. Yes, that would be great. I think that would be good for you. Stephanie Hardy says, I love our library of energy clearings. I still listen to stuff we did years ago, and the recordings are so powerful. Yeah, I love those. They're awesome. Okay, and Lazarus, I'm not doing personal clearing. I'm not doing personal readings during the class, but she's asking how many entities she has an issue with. That's actually something that we are going to be going deeper into in the academy. So I'm going to teach everybody to check their chakras for different kinds of entities and different kinds of interference, to particular method for checking to see what's going on, aside from using your inner knowing. Yeah. Stephanie, are you saying that my camera is off? Angela says, I work with food, like adding positive foods to my diet. That's great. Cool. I'm glad I asked that question because because I'm sure you all got ideas from each other. Yes. So there's a lot of things that you can do on your own. You can just go do some of those things. And then, of course, I'll be teaching a lot of other methods in the academy, but you already have like 15 things now that you can go and do on your own, like today. And Wolf says, I avoid the junk food. Yeah, what you eat is going to have an effect on your energy system. Yeah. Okay. Saw some comments coming through. Okay, I have another question for you. I have one more question that we're gonna brainstorm, and then I'm gonna take you through a really easy but powerful method for cleansing your chakras. Okay. All right, so it might seem like we've already asked this question before, but we haven't really. Because earlier I asked you, what kinds of issues did you notice in your own chakras if there was anything off, right? And we did that sharing for over an hour about that. But now in the chat, beyond just what you have going on, what kinds of problems do you think are possible that could happen with the chakras? And we already talked about some of them, but now I want you to think even more outside the box. What kinds of problems? And think in regards to, I want you to think in the direction of psychic protection, specifically, because we already know, like we already talked about, like when you walk through Walmart, your chakras are going to get mucked up, right? We already talked about that, and all the everyday stuff. So psychic protection wise, what kinds of off the wall things do you think could happen with our chakras? Because I can help you with all the other stuff, but I can also help you with the more psychic protection focused stuff regarding your chakras. Okay, Angela says nightmares. Yes. So if there's spiritual interference, psychic attack, curse, or an entity that can have an effect, it can hook into one of your upper chakras and cause nightmares. Absolutely. Stephanie says leaking energy out of the chakras. Yeah, we haven't talked about that. Or something siphoning energy out of your chakras. Carrie says, rare, but entities using a chakra as a portal. Absolutely. And it's not as rare as we might think. Anxiety, Angela also says anxiety and fear. Yes. So related to the nightmares and the upper chakras being hijacked. Severine says, being a portal, getting hooks from false spiritual healers and teachers. Oh my gosh, this is way more common than we would like to believe, but there are a lot of false teachers, a lot of predatory teachers that actually hook energies. They will hook energy cords into their followers in order to manipulate them and source life force energy. It's pretty terrible. Jessica says physical entity attacks. Yes. So where an entity is attacking the person, like on a physical level, causing bruises, causing physical damage. Melissa says the chakras can be overactive, underactive, shut down, something attached. Yep, attachment. Nina says blocking. Oh, yes. Blocking the receiving of abundance and love. Absolutely. This is a very common tactic. And you guys, I'm halfway through writing my second book and it's all about psychic as hack. And I was just writing about that, Nina, about the dark forces putting blocks or implants or other interferences into particular chakras in order to block us from receiving resources, assistance, support, abundance, love, etc. Wolf says, if one is present at a spiritual center and somehow a negative or even demonic entity can be allowed in. And that happens a lot, actually, because at the spiritual centers, they're not even, a lot of times they're not even thinking about protecting themselves because they assume that it's a safe place. And meanwhile, there are a lot of spiritual facilitators that don't understand how to keep their students safe. And I see it every day. And so a person could go to a crystal ball concert. And I love those. I love those. But it has to be with someone who knows how to keep safe space, because a lot of times people will go to those and it just expands all of their chakras and their energies. And then entities come and hook in. Absolutely. Angela says, twin flame, question mark. I was just writing about this morning about false twin flames, people who show up who we think are our twin flame, but they are an imposter and they hook into our chakras and their goal is to take us down and keep us from thriving. And absolutely. So Lazarus says, why I don't go to spiritual centers. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking spiritual centers. I want to be supportive of everybody out there. But you guys, I'm going to be honest. The main point that I want to say is don't assume that they know how to keep you safe, and don't assume that that the facilitators of the spiritual center even know how to keep you safe, because a lot of times they don't. And those of you who've been following my material for a while usually know way more than they do about how to keep yourself safe. So follow your inner guidance. And even if you haven't been following my stuff for a while, I have this feeling that you probably already have enough inner knowing and inner knowledge about how to keep yourself safe. April says, hijacking and attacked on family, causing chaos in your home as distractions and blockages. Yes. Daniel Hewitt says, can entities weave cords between other people's chakras to connect them to each other? Yes, I was literally writing about this. So there can be people who are placed together, who are put together for a purpose, for a particular agenda. And that there are a variety of agendas that can be at play. But yes, the dark forces, entities, etc., can actually create energy cords between people to hook them together, especially if those people, if it's non-beneficial energies. Okay, because the idea is to keep those people down, keep them down. Wolf says, thank you, Lazarus. I've also heard about ayahuasca ceremonies that went wrong. Yeah, I mean, I do believe that, I mean, I personally am very earth focused, and I can see merit in using herbs for sacred ceremony, but more times than not, people end up coming home with major entity attachments. So again, don't assume that someone who puts on ayahuasca ceremonies knows how to truly keep people safe. Use your inner guidance and your inner knowing whenever you're choosing who you're going to work with for just a basic clearing, for an ayahuasca ceremony. Like, really listen. Your inner knowing knows more than anything. Okay. Severine says, getting plugged or connected through your chakras into a matrix or spiritual system which is not benevolent for yourself. Absolutely. That's a really good one. Thank you for sharing that. And Rose says, keep your own shields up. Yeah, wherever you go. Even if you go into, so the thing is when people go into spiritual centers, they assume that that's a really safe place. And so they put their, they drop their shields. But you really actually absolutely need to have those shields when you're in spiritual centers, because those are places that are heavily targeted by dark activity. And it seems like it shouldn't be that way, but it actually is. And the reason why those places are targeted is because there are a lot of easy targets there, because it's filled with people who have let their shields down. So that's how that works. Okay, so give me a yes if you are ready to learn this very easy, powerful, quick method for cleansing and balancing your chakras. Give me a yes. A couple more comments just came through. Wolf says, seeing the comments really reinforces the need for spiritual discernment. Yes. Angela says, another problem that could happen to the chakra is if they are being attacked, like your solar plexus, you could have health issues like digestion or fear. Yes. And another example of that, Angela, would be if someone's root chakra is being attacked by negative spiritual forces, then that can cause a chronic health condition, chronic pain condition. It can cause like autoimmune issues, and also issues with meeting your basic needs, financial issues, financial blocks. Like the root chakra is a really common place that's attacked, but also the upper chakras, because a lot of people who are here live today have had upper chakra issues where your psychic abilities are wide open, and then like all this entity activity is coming in. So it kind of goes both ways. A lot of people are attacked via their root chakras, a lot of people, their upper chakras, and really any area can be messed with. Yes, so the method that I chose today is very simple and easy to learn, because I knew that we'd be spending a lot of time sharing, and that sharing time really has a lot of value. So we all got a chance to share a little bit on the video, on the unrecorded part. So I want you to grab a pen and paper, because you might want to write this down so that you can practice this on your own. And even if you've already heard of this, I would invite you to still go ahead and do it with us today, because why not? I mean, you'll get an additional chakra cleansing. Okay, so grab a pen and paper. And as you've noticed, we've been focusing on the 7 primary chakras today. FYI, you have more than 7 chakras. You actually have infinite chakras, but we can't we can't work on infinite chakras in a 2-hour plus class. So we're just focusing on the 7. The reason why these 7 are important is because they are the 7 main ones that have an effect on your physical body and your emotions and your life as a human being. So that's why we're focusing on those. And this clearing focuses on those 7 chakras. So I'm going to give you something to write down in your notes. On your piece of paper, I want you to write the number 7. Just write the number 7. And then you're going to make a list going down 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make a list. And now what you have is a list that's showing vertically all of your chakras, because this is the same way that they would show up in your body, right? The 7th is at the top. The 1st is at the bottom. Your root chakra is the 1st chakra. We're going to use vowel sounds, toning, vocalization to balance the chakras. And I'm going to give you these notes real quick so you can have them. And then we're going to do it together. So the vowel sound to balance the 7th chakra, next to the number 7, you're going to write E, E, because it's E, the E sound. And then next to number 6, the brow chakra, you're going to write A, Y. A. It's the vowel sound A. So write down A-Y. Moving down the body to number 5, the throat chakra. You're going to write down E-Y-E, the word I, your eyeball. I. Moving down to number 4, the heart chakra. I'm going to write down A-H. A-H, like Henry. A-H. Ah. Moving down to the, did I miss anything? 4, 3, down to 3. Solar plexus chakra. O-H. O. Chakra number 2, sacral chakra. O-O. So that's the sound ooh. Chakra number 1 is the root chakra, and you're going to write down U-H. And for those of you who are really new to chakras, which most of you aren't because it's pretty popular nowadays, let me just give you the colors really quick in case you want to do a color visualization on your own later. Crown chakra, that's number 7. That's either, it's either violet, purple, or gold. I'm going to go through the colors pretty quick here. Brow is, the brow, also called the third eye, is indigo. That's like a blue jeans color, dark blue. Throat chakra is blue, like a sapphire blue. Heart is green. Solar plexus is yellow. And sacral is orange. Root is red. So I want to say one thing before we do the toning, and then we'll be wrapping up for the day. Just doing a color chakra visualization, if somebody has multiple layers of like entities hooked in or other negative energies hooked into their chakras, just doing a color meditation for the chakras it's not a heavy duty cleansing method. Okay, so most of the chakra meditations out there are really not heavy duty. Okay, but they are going to help you with daily maintenance. So there's a difference between the softer techniques and daily maintenance, and daily maintenance is important. You got to keep everything balanced in order to avoid to help avoid those issues. So if you're balanced, that's then those issues are less likely to happen in the future. So daily maintenance is important, but it's not necessarily going to magically fix major issues. Okay, so it's important, but it has limitations. This vocal toning, I find it to be more powerful than color meditation with the chakras, because your voice is very powerful. It's a vibration, and that vibration is breaking up energy cords, energies that are hooked in. But still, if you've got major issues, you probably need to take a multifaceted approach with helping clear out those multiple issues. But this vocal toning of the chakras is going to help. It'll be one method among a handful of methods that you can use to clear out serious issues. Yes, and Wolf says, thank you for making the distinction between daily maintenance and heavy duty. Jessica says, that's why I like to be vocal and let it all out before chilling out. Awesome. So I'm going to do vocal toning with you guys. You guys are lucky that you're muted. So because I can't be muted, I have to be demonstrating. And I say that because like I'm not a professional singer. Actually, maybe that's a blessing because it helps give everybody permission that you don't have to have a pretty voice. It's not about sounding good. It's about using the vibration. Okay. Also, with the vocal toning, you don't have to worry about what note you are on. If you are really a proficient singer and you want to work with particular notes, you absolutely can do that. But this exercise doesn't require that. You could use the same note for every single one of these vowel sounds, or you could go a little bit higher as you go up and a little bit lower as you go down. It doesn't really matter. So for today, we are going to start with the root chakra with the sound. Wolf says, can using Tibetan bowls, the singing bowls, can that help? Yes, that is a great way of using sound to balance the chakras. And another thing that I like to use for the chakras is tuning forks. And that's helping balance your root chakra. So that's something that I'll be teaching everybody in the academy. We don't have time for that today, but there's a variety of ways that you can cleanse and balance your chakras. And there are certain methods that are good for just overall cleansing and balancing. And there are some methods that are really good for targeting like entity issues. So there's different methods that are good for different things. Let's do the toning right now. We're going to start with the root chakra. And since nobody's listening, you can be as loud as you can. And the more you project, the more energy you put out, the more effective it's going to be. So you're going to take a really deep breath in through your nose, and the exhale will be while you're making the toning. Okay, so deep inhale, root chakra, Okay, so a lot of times I will like to, I like to do each of those at least 3 times, but for time's sake, since it's already, we've already gone over a bit, we're going to just practice doing 1 toning for each of the chakras, and you can do more of this later if you like. Sacral chakra, second chakra is the oo sound. Let's do that together. Deep inhale. Ooh. Third chakra, solar plexus, is the O sound. Oh. Fourth chakra, the heart, is the ah sound. Ah. Fifth chakra, heart, is the I sound. And the sixth chakra, the brow or third eye, is A. A. And the seventh chakra is the crown chakra, and that's E. E. I couldn't hold that one. I'm such an alto that even that was kind of high for me. Okay, so you've got that exercise to get you going, and you have a lot of other ideas from our discussion today. This was intended as an introduction, a means to get some ideas going in your mind, and maybe give you some direction on uh, what you need. Like maybe this class didn't clear everything, but you now have some more ideas on what direction you need to go in order to accomplish that. Some of you actually said that the sacred space journey that we did at the beginning actually did clear a lot for you. So that's great. And you can always go back and listen to that again as many times as you want to. And I do remember I said that I'm going to give a free gift to you guys at the very, very, very end. But before we do that, I want to just I don't have time for any more questions, but does anyone have any final thoughts, any goodbye messages or final thoughts that you want to share in the chat before I stop the recording? And then after I stop the recording, I will share information on how to get the really deep chakra clearing that we did in the Spiritual Empowerment Academy last month. Okay, so let's see. Do we have any comments coming through? Wolf says, I truly appreciate what you have shared with us today. Angela says, good luck on your book. I am excited to read your next book. I am going to do a little plug real quick. So if you don't have the first book, this is Darkness Disguised as Light. It's on Amazon. It is my story. It'll help you not feel so alone if you've been dealing with major psychic attack issues. My next book, I can't wait for it to come out. I'll tell you more about that later. Rose says, thank you, Maya and everyone. Stephanie says, I felt like the back of my chakras cleared a lot with this toning. That's fantastic, Stephanie. Severine says, thank you so much for all the information and giving us space to share. You're very welcome. And Lazarus says, it's on my Kindle. Yes. Lots of good vibes and blessings to everyone, says Nina. That's great. And Wolf says, I'm looking forward to the second book. It is like, I mean, it is, I think it's going to blow everybody away. Like the second book, I'm so excited about it. Seriously, I wish it was already done, but it's just taking time, you know. April says, thank you and namaste. Okay, I'm gonna end the recording. So don't leave yet, you guys. I'm gonna give you your free gift in just a second. I want to say thank you to everybody who's watching the replay. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. And if you're not a member of the free Facebook group, go ahead and join that. It's called Psychic Protection Sanctuary Facebook group. Jessica says, thank you, Maya, for another awesome class. Okay, so thanks, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording.